So, I've been playing Dying Light recently. I didn't plan on making any videos. Haven't actually uploaded for like a year. But while playing Dying Light 1, it just got me thinking, damn, this game good, bro. And then I was thinking about the time I played Dying Light 2. And it wasn't so great. So I just thought I've been telling all my friends, when I play Dying Light 1, about how much better it is than Dying Light 2. They don't believe me. They think I'm chatting shit. So, I'm gonna just talk about my thoughts on Dying Light 2 and how they could improve it and what went wrong along the way, and why Dying Light 1 is critically acclaimed, has a cult following, and why Dying Light 2 has about a third of the player count about a year after it came out. So stay tuned, grab some popcorn, grab something else I don't know, and yeah. Also, before we get into this video, only 0.8% of you are subscribed. So if you want me to make another video ever again, subscribe even though you've never watched my channel, because statistically you're like definitely a new viewer. But anyway. So I'm gonna go straight into it, right? I'm not gonna waste your time talking about the story. We all know how that went. I might talk about it at the end, but I just want to get the most important shit out of the way first, which is the parkour. Now, all of the gameplay I'm going to be showing will not be mine, because my PC cannot even run Dying Light 2. I have a good PC, but like, I have so many problems running it, bro. I won't go into it. I think some of them are me, though. I don't think it's for everyone. Obviously, I've had the normal bugs that everyone else had, but yeah. Straight into it. The parkour. Now, I know what everyone's thinking, right? I know, I'm going to say the parkour's too floaty, and that's true. I agree with that. It's too floaty, bro. It doesn't feel responsive. I've been playing Mirror's Edge Catalyst, right, as well as Dying Light 1. And, bro, like, going from Mirror's Edge to Dying Light 1, it feels a bit weird because there's no wall running. But other than that, you're like, damn, it's snappy, bro. Go to Dying Light 2. I downloaded it yesterday for like 10 minutes. I jumped about for a bit. Bro, it felt so unresponsive. It felt like I was just... You get so much air time, right? And there's no air control. So you're just sitting there like a dickhead, mid-air, just trying to choose where to go. And it's like almost, it's not difficult, right? Because you get so much airtime, you can just fucking easily change direction. You can do whatever you want, but like, bro, it's so boring. It is so floaty. I'll get some gameplay up of that right now, probably. Now, the whole floaty thing, this is the thing that's mad, right? See, I've modded the game myself, right? I've got a mod on Nexus Mods that, what I'm saying, like people downloaded. I've modded the game myself. And it's not even just the gravity that's the problem. On top of the gravity being almost about half of what it was in Dying Light 1, so, full half as slow, they've also added, like, extra float to, like, every single move. And, like, because I've looked in the game files, bro, like, yeah, like, doing the long jump or the double jump off of an object, it's got additional float as well as the half gravity. So, it's even floatier than half, bro. Like, it's unnecessary, like no need for it. And yeah, it's almost like they put the game on easy mode, like, not that Dying Light 1 was difficult, but like it's as if they've tried making the game so easy, like parkour wise, that anyone can do it. Like, bro, if you died to full damage in Dying Light 2 after getting the glider, you actually have something wrong with you. You have like a mental deficiency in your brain, because the glider is just an easy cop out to any kind of full damage. Like, cool idea, but maybe if it took longer to pull out or anything, right? Same as the grapple, bro. Like, the grapple is cool. Like, I like it, but the fact that you can just like pull yourself towards, you can pull yourself up a building. I know they've kind of like nerfed it a bit. I haven't really played it. I played it for like the first 6 months after it came out, so I know they've changed a lot, but I'm still up to date with stuff. The fact that you can pull yourself, it just ruins it, bro. Like, I know the grapple hook in Dying Light 1 was also like a problem, it was arguably worse, but still, what I'm saying, like they've had the feedback from that game. Why add another grapple hook that's like got the same kind of problem, Now some of the real bad shit, right? The stuff like acceleration, right? This is to do with the floatiness. For example, when you jump on an airbag, you kind of float upwards at a constant speed, or like you don't accelerate very much. Instead of, it should be like a quick, I'm saying, a quick acceleration up, and then you kind of stop midair and then you start falling. But it's not like that. It's just like you're floating up. It's weird. Same as there's also physically impossible moves that you can pull off. Like there are, I think that there should be a clip of this in this video. You can like wall run round walls, like curved walls, or like 90, even walls meeting at a 90-degree angle. You can just wall run round the wall, bro. Like what does this mean? I get Aiden's a superhuman, but like, you know, it completely fucks off any of the realism that in the parkour that the first game went for, you know? Also, another thing I want to point out is the sliding. In Dying Light 1, when you slide, it locks your camera. Whereas in Dying Light 2, like, you can slide and just spin around, bro. Like, how have we gone backwards? Anyway, that's like all I've got written down for parkour. You'll see in the gameplay. I would have hopefully got that, you know, what I'm on about. But if there's any takeaway from this video, if Techland watched this, if this somehow gets to them, bro, make a. It's like you lot made the filter for the game toggleable, right? Like you could just put a filter on. I know it's probably a lot easier than that changing the physics, but like, bro, we need that snappy Dying Light 1 physics. The reason people played Dying Light 1 is because of the snappy parkour and good combat, which I'll get onto in a bit. But, you know, the snappy parkour, you know, it felt fast, responsive. You know, it's not fun. Like, it's boring kind of running around, taking no risk of height. There is like Dying Light 1, if you're high up, you're like, oh fuck, better not fall. Unless it's on a car or something. But in Dying Light 2, there is no risk of falling. You can be like 2 stories above the ground, about to hit the floor, jumping off like the tallest skyscraper in the map, and you pull out your glider and you're fine, bro. Like, I feel like I'm playing Fortnite at this point, bro. Like, you need to do something about that, because otherwise there's no point. Like, there's no fear of heights in a parkour game. That's a problem, especially how vertical the second half of the game is. So you need to, yeah, sort out the glider, bro. And also, yeah, physics, it needs to be snappy, it needs to be fast. Aiden doesn't actually feel very fast. And it's a pretty simple fix. Like, my mod is I made it so you run faster, but the gravity's stronger, so it kind of compensates for each other. I'm sure, you know, there'd have to be a lot of testing done to make sure the whole game's still, like, possible to play on those settings, but honestly, it would make the game so much better. You know, I've really missed the snappiness of Dying Light 1 in Dying Light 2. You know, it almost feels like a bootleg copy of Dying Light 1's parkour system, you know? Like, it doesn't feel good. Something I'm adding in after the fact, but I forgot to say earlier. Momentum, this is a big thing in Dying Light 2. Momentum does not carry through. Some specific examples of this are, if you jump off a building, your grapple hook, right? Now, again, I've modded the game, so I know it's coded. It has a start velocity, a set start velocity, and a set max velocity. So no matter how fast you go into a grapple hook swing, you will always start at this set speed. So it completely kills any momentum, which really makes the game not feel good at all. Like, if I've just been building up speed and then do some mad jump and want to swing really quick, it should work like that, you know? Another few examples of this are when you swing on a bar, you know, it has a set momentum to start with again, so it kills all your momentum. The antenna things that you like pole vault with, I don't know how to describe it. There's not very many in the game, but there's a few. Those reset your momentum. I can't think of anything else at the moment, but yeah, momentum should definitely carry through. That is important. Right, the next section I'm going to be going over is the combat. It doesn't feel responsive. That's kind of my whole gripe with this game, is none of it feels responsive. It just feels kind of like it all functions, but it doesn't have that snappy responsiveness that Dying Light 1 did. You know, Dying Light 1, you hit a zombie, right? And your weapon bounces off them. And, you know, it feels responsive. It feels like, damn, I just hit that guy, bro. Whereas in Dying Light 2, I mean, I know they have actually recently added the bouncing off animation, but I know I know people don't like it very much. You know, I've heard that it's not as good as Dying Light 1's, but at least it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, we need a lot more of that, you know, a lot more ragdolls. Everything's very animation based in Dying Light 2, as I'm sure, you know, you've heard a million times before. Like, it doesn't feel the same as Dying Light 1. When you hit a zombie, you know, like, you hit him in the arm, and their arm reacts. You know, you hit them in the legs, they fall over. You know, you kick them, they fall back. Dying Light 1 is pretty much just every single time you hit a zombie, they basically just stumble backwards, like regardless where. I mean, I haven't played for a while. Maybe they changed shit. I don't know, bro, but it's not ideal. Also, the actual zombie AI, right? This is not on my script, but in Dying Light 1, when you can just be walking around Old Town on the rooftops, right? And there's little like squares of buildings. I don't know how to explain it. If you play the game, you understand what I mean. There's like little squares of buildings. I might put some gameplay up. And say like a zombie, there's like a gap in the middle, right? Say like a zombie sees you from the other side. They'll like look at you, and then they'll like walk towards you, because obviously they're zombie. They just walk towards human smell. And then because it's a dumb fucking zombie, it will like fall off the roof and just die, right? Like it feels realistic. It's like, damn, that's a dumbass fucking zombie. Bro, in Dying Light 2, I don't know what kind of AI they got installed, bro. I don't know what they got installed in that Neuralink of theirs, but like, you can't even kick them off the side of a roof, bro. You can try. It barely works. Like they got some sort of magnetism to rooftops, bro. Like they do not want to fall off. Like same as anything, like volatiles or virals, when they dive at you or whatever, they like barely fall off roofs, bro. And don't get me started on the fact that they float, but again, that's already gone over that. It's painful, bro. Like I just wanna see good ragdolls. I just wanna boot zombie off roof, see zombie fall, you know? Like it was satisfying in Dying Light 1. It's like barely there in Dying Light 2. It's a shame. Oh, don't get me started on the fucking grabbing. Yo, you get grabbed, every zombie just grabs you in Dying Light 2. You cannot run for a horde. It is not it. Very random as well, but speaking through running of through a horde, just a little nitpick. In Dying Light 1, E is your kick on keyboard. E is your kick. E is also crowd runner. When you run through a crowd and stick your elbows, like that is also E, right? Tell me why in Dying Light 2, I now cannot have them on the same keybind. It is not like E has any more like functions in Dying Light 2 than Dying Light 1. E is kick, drop kick, and crowd runner in Dying Light 1. And in Dying Light 2, it is drop kick and kick. There is no additional function to E. Why have they moved it off a key? I'm never going to be running and want to kick, because if I'm running, I want to run through. Like I don't want to stop moving to kick, you know? And obviously, if I'm in the air, that means I want to drop kick. So there's no problem there. So I don't understand why they changed that. It's a bit grim. Next, weapon mods. Yo, weapon mods in Dying Light 2, fucking horrific. There's like 6, and they're very generic. It's just like, oh, fire, electric, fling back, like, and oh my god, and you have to upgrade them with trophies. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, who actually wants to farm zombies that much? I mean, thank god when I played there was a glitch where you could just like max it out instantly. I'm not on PC anyway, I could have modded it, but thank god there was a glitch where you could just max it out instantly, because that's what I did. But bro, like, who actually, it's not worth it, bro. It just feels very empty in comparison to Dying Light 1, where you'd find a blueprint. Like, I remember I was playing Dying Light 1 yesterday. I found like it was somewhere where the safe house where Spike is. I found like a blueprint, and it was just like a, my point is, you would take like a gas pipe or something, you'd craft it into this very unique, like a specific weapon, you know, it'd be like called like the, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it was something to do with baseball. It was like the home run or something, right? And it would then craft it into like a baseball bat with some magical cabling on it that would like fling zombies back. You know, it had soul, whereas everything in Dying Light 2 is quite literally like, oh, say you have knife, you now have knife with electric on it. Like, I mean, that's cool, I guess. You know, that's cool, but where's the cool weapons? Where's the unique weapons? Where's my volatile hunter baton? Where's my nightclub? Where's my lacerator? You know, where are they? Where are they, Techland? Yeah, overall that shit's just confusing, bro. Like, Dying Light 1 had the better blueprint system. I guess the UI, the menu for blueprints was a bit of a fuckery towards the end of the game. After 8 years of updates, you know, I'm sure it would be. Whereas Dying Light 1's is just mid, bro. It's just mid. But moving on to the armor system, that's okay, I guess. It's not great, but it's not awful. It functions, I guess. Not that armor does very much. But yeah, this is another thing I want to get onto. The weapons, bro. First of all, the fact that there are no guns They tried making it like a story point, like, oh, all the guns got taken, you know, from the people of Villador. So that's why no one has guns. Even though you can get a gun that's a melee weapon. Like, you can literally get a pistol on a stick. So, like, why can't they just take the pistol off the stick and use that? I don't understand. Also, surely the military do not have a 100% success rate of taking everyone's guns. Also, if the military are still in the city, surely there'd be guns to find. There's so many flaws in their logic. Also, the fact that Aiden comes from outside of Villador anyway. So, like, there's just no guns. A gun's an extinct species. Like, what's going on? Why doesn't he have one? Surely he'd have, like, a pistol on him or something, you know? But, that shit make no sense. But yeah, the final thing about the combat is if all of the weapons feel samey and empty. You know, like in Dying Light 1, you start off with like literal pipes, wrenches, you know, random bits of like fence or some bullshit, right? Or like nailed planks. And then you level up a bit and you start getting like, oh, here's a machete, here's a pickaxe, here's other stuff, right? You level up, and then at the end of the game, because I don't remember what you get after that, I'm like replaying the story. At the end of the game, you're getting like very unique weapons. You're getting the dark machete, you're getting the dark sickle. In the following, there's like one scythe that's like looks cool. Weapons, high level weapons look cool. They're unique. You know, you actually want to get them. Dying Light 2, it's like, oh, I know there's a katana you can get, but I don't even remember how you get it in Dying Light 2. There's like that one weapon from the trailer and like the cover art that's an Easter egg weapon. It's a shame that wasn't in the game. See, that's a cool weapon. That is a unique weapon, a signpost axe. That's cool, right? But they removed that in favor of the gun on a stick in the game with no guns. It's just like they're spitting in your face at that point, bro. Makes no sense. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, tell me why, if you do the PK quest, you get a crossbow. But tell me why they sit on rooftop outposts, right? Like, as you're parking around, you'll notice there's like little rooftop outposts for the PK to sit at, right? Why do they not have crossbows? Why are they sitting on roofs looking down on the streets, but holding melee weapons? What are they gonna do? They're just gonna break their legs and just teleport down there? Like, what's going on? If they can give me a crossbow, why do they not have crossbows? You know, like, surely, you know, logic would tell you, but anyway. Anyway, the final section I'm gonna go over is the story. Now, if you've played, you already know, right? You already know the shambles that is the Dying Light 2 story. Now, it started off decent, actually. I won't lie. Like, I quite enjoyed the, I enjoyed that you didn't start in Villador. You actually started in the outside, right? And you're just chilling with Spike, right? I feel like well, I'll get into that. It started off decent, then the bazaar, like when you're in the bazaar and, you know, they like try to hang you. It's decent, right? Like it gets you pumping. You know, same as the pretty much most of the story that I remember up until like the hospital is good. Like the stuff with Hakon, pretty decent. It's just when you get caught up in these random conflicts between the two factions you don't care about. Like, I don't care about the survivors. I don't care about the PK, right? You know, like it starts off when you get involved in all that bullshit. It's like, oh, the only way to get through is to go help one of them, and it's just it's a bit weird. Kind of falls off. Then Lawan gets introduced. It's kind of random. I was also thinking that like when she says like, oh, she got experimented on too as a child, I was thinking she'd also have mental volatile powers, which I mean she doesn't, I guess. We don't either though. Not that you can play with them, at least. Bit of a shame. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to go over is the night gameplay downgrade. My god. Yo, Dying Light 1, like even, bear in mind, I was playing it yesterday. Bro, it gets nighttime. It's pitch black. It's pitch black. It's scary, bro. You hear volatiles screaming. Your watch is beeping. You're like, fuck. I got to get back somewhere safe. You know? Dying Light 2, it gets dark. And I can still see perfectly without my torch on, right? But then here's the problem, right? Since they added the camera filters, right? Like you can put it to normal plus dark. The way Dying Light 2 works is when you go down to a streets are just darker anyway, right? Like even in the daytime, streets are significantly darker than the rooftops, right? It's a bit weird. And like, bro, when you put it on dark, you cannot see a thing, right? Which may sound good, but your torch is not actually strong enough to let you see. Like, again, this might have changed. You know, maybe I just had some weird settings on, who knows, right? But for me, because in Dying Light 1, it's pitch black, but your torch is bright. You know, like, wherever your torch is, you can see, right? Dying Light 2, like, it'll just be pitch black, but then you turn your torch on and it's just, like, barely visible. Like, you cannot really see where you're going. It's kind of annoying, you know? Now, another thing everyone knows about the story, it's pretty fucking obvious, and it's going to continue like this, is too human focused. Did you forget it was a zombie game? Because I did. I forgot it was a zombie game. I was so busy fighting renegades, as in the same 4 enemies, the entire game, I actually forgot that it was a zombie game. There is just, you do not fight any zombies. You literally, there is nothing like, like in Dying Light 1 you got the arena you get put in, or like, you know, you raid the school and an alarm goes off and a bunch of zombies storm in. You know, it's a zombie game, right? Of course, like, that's how it should be. There is nothing like that in Dying Light 2. The only thing I could think of that was actually like a very, very good mission, I would say, was the VNC tower. Like, you go up in the elevator with that like group of PKs and that one commander that was a G. You know, that it feels good, it's tense, right? And then you hear like some zombies screaming. You're like, oh shit, stuff's about to go down. And then you know, you get out of the elevator. Oh no, the elevator gets stuck. It's tense. Then you get out of the elevator and then like you see someone get like knocked away by something, right? It's cool. The whole VNC tower mission is cool. That is like a perfect Dying Light mission. You know, like climb tall thing, fight zombie. You know, like that's how it should be. Like, it's like the only mission like that in the whole game. Every other mission is like, oh, go to this garage. Oh, these 4 renegades have got this guy hostage. Save him. You know, like, cool, man. But like, it's a zombie game. Where the zombies at? You know, like, and the first DLC was also human focused. I haven't played it because I refuse to pay for that shit. But I know that's human focused, and I know data miners have found the second DLC is called like Blood Diamonds or something, and it's also human focused, pretty much. Or from what it looks like, it's looking to be very human focused again. It's like, when are we gonna get a zombie DLC? You know, like the following is very zombie focused. You know, when do we get that? When do we get something like that? Another thing, well, this is actually gonna be the last thing I say. The story feels too disconnected from Dying Light 1's universe. And by that I mean, it's set quite a long time after, right? There's only one, like, I think there's only one recurring character, which is Spike. I know Tolga and Fatina like a little Easter egg, but like, as in the main story, there is only one reoccurring character, which is Spike. And he's barely in it. He's like there at the start. He pulls up at the end. He's like, oh, city got missiled, bip you. Cool, man. There is... It's a different zombie virus, right? Because the following had 2 endings. And I respect that they didn't want to... You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to, you know, allude to one of the endings being the canon ending. You know, it was up to the player. Fair enough. But they could have just been like, oh, regardless of Crane's efforts, you can't keep a virus like that contained forever. They could have just said that, and then the virus could have got out. But no, it's a different virus in Dying Light 2. That's what I'm saying. That's why it feels so disconnected. It's not even the same zombie virus. It's like, well, no, it's a mutated version of the Haran virus. The GRE, I don't know, some bullshit story right there. It's a mutated version of the virus, so it's not even the same virus. And the way it works is just I think every zombie is allergic to UV light now, instead of just the normal ones. Instead of just volatiles and shit. So now every zombie is inside in the daytime. You barely see any zombies in Dying Light 2. Like, when you're just walking around, like, you will not see them. The only time you see them is because of the layout of the central loop. You're constantly going through buildings because you have to. You know, you're not just going to go on top of all of these skyscrapers immediately. So you have to go through the buildings, and then there's zombies sleeping in there. You see zombies there, fair enough, but then again, they're sleeping, like, real. On the streets, there are barely any zombies. again, I think, bear in mind, I haven't played for a very long time. I think they may have upped the amount of zombies in the streets, but bro, at the start, like, what's going on, man? Zombie game with no zombies. Yeah, it feels too disconnected. I don't even feel like I'm playing a Dying Light game. Like, there's barely any mention of Kyle Crane, right? No one knows what happened to him or something. So there's like barely any mention of him. There's barely any mention of Haran, you know? Like, when you get a sequel to a game, normally it's like, it's because, you know, people liked Dying Light 1. They were like, oh, cool combat, cool parkour, cool you know, decent story. We want a continuation of that, bro. I want to know what happened, you know, I want to know what happened to Haran after. Maybe, hopefully the last DLC will be like a, you know, you go back to Haran or something and it's, I mean, I guess they'd have to then, you know, confirm the canon ending to the following. But if that's what they have to do to get a good story, then I'm all for it, bro, because honestly, I just want lore, bro, that actually matters. No one cares. Not a single person cares about Villador, bro. No one cares that there's some city that's in a French-ish place that, you know, is the last city on Earth where people are alive. I want to know about Haran. That's what got me hooked on the game, Haran. And the Haran virus. I don't care about the mutated Haran virus in some random city I've never heard of. You know, and these characters that I don't know. I cared about Spike, and he wasn't even in the game. He was barely in it. I cared about Kyle Crane, and there's a really obscure Easter egg on a rooftop somewhere that you have to, you know, go there between 3 and 4 a.m. and fucking knife the mystery box 3 times just for the guy to spawn. Like, it's stupid, bro. Like, I want to know about what the characters. I want to know what happened to the people in the tower. I want to know about Brecken and Lena and all of them. You know, that's what I care about. You know, like, it just feels too disconnected. It honestly, yeah, it just doesn't even feel like a Dying Light game. I think that definitely for the last DLC or the third DLC, they got to start linking it to the first game, bro, because that's the thing. Like, if it doesn't feel connected to the first game, then what's even making it Dying Light at that point, you know? Hold on, I'm gonna slightly redo the ending, but anyway, ignore this guy. After some horrific mic problems, sorted out my mic. Listen. Only 0.8% of you are subscribed. That's literally no one, considering I've got 150 subs. That is literally like, bro, like 1.5 of you are subscribed or something, bro. Maybe, no, not even that, bro. I can't mathematize, but listen, this video took a long time to make. It's taken like 4 days to make. If you want to see more shit like this, subscribe. If you want me to kill myself, just, you know, you can comment that too. That's all good. But yeah.
That's about it. See ya.